The free kicks, the pinpoint passing, the flowing hair, the beard, and that Panenka penalty. Andrea Pirlo really was one of a kind. Never blessed with pace, Pirlo was more often than not the smartest guy on the pitch. He sat back and controlled the game, a master of puppets, pulling the strings. The others ran past him, sometimes even doing his running for him, as Pirlo received, turned, lifted his head up and saw everything as if in slow motion. And while there have been and will be other registas, such was the grace with which Pirlo passed the ball, struck sublime free kicks and managed tempo, that it seems like it'll be some time before we see the likes of him again.
I would say that Pirlo is an abstract of what football should be in the midfield.
Pirlo still is a real legend for me and for all Italian football fans.
He is a legend. He's a living legend. He's one of the best players to come out of the decade that I grew up in.
His intelligence, his style of play is like what we call regista.
Regista was more the elegant motion of a player, and Pirlo actually defines the regista role.
The thing is, he used to play the ball exactly the right moment when the ball has to be played. So this was his best quality, I think.
If you don't know what to do with the ball, just give it to Pirlo and he knows what to do.
Pirlo was always destined for greatness. He broke into the Brescia team as a 16-year-old, becoming the youngest player to make an appearance in Serie A. A spell at Inter followed before he moved across town to Milan in 2001 and helped establish Milan as one of the best teams in European football.
Pirlo was the right balance between all the other players in the team, like Gattuso, Ambrosini. He guided the team through two different Champions League, the National Championship, two cups, national cups, and I think he was a kind of a silent mentor for all the other players. So the legacy that he leaves behind him is a very good one, because it's almost unique, because I couldn't find in history of Milan, at least, another player like him. That he left a lot for our history, and it's been very incredible.
After a decade at the club, he moved to great rivals Juve on a free transfer. While several people scoffed at their decision to sign a has-been, washed-out Milan reject, others still saw promise in the ageing maestro.
Juventus, come on. The story between me and Pirlo was completely closed, and Milan and Pirlo, I think, as well.
Being in the same dressing room with the likes of Buffon, Del Piero, with whom he had already shared a World Cup, I think that was a masterclass of a transfer, actually. At that time, Juventus were rebuilding under Antonio Conte, so actually it was a perfect fit for the dressing room. I think, given his pedigree prior arriving to Juventus and what he did at Juventus, which actually was the same that he did at AC Milan, besides winning the Champions League, I think makes him one of Juventus' greats, for sure. He maintained the same rhythm, tempo, and also professionalism with the team. And also, I don't think the news is yet official, but he should be back at Juventus as ambassador. So that actually is a certificate that he's considered as one of Juventus' greats.
From Italy, he went to pastures new in the newly formed NYCFC and graced the MLS in his final days.
I remember watching him on AC Milan and all these beautiful passes to Kaká and all these other players, and then to see him on the field just right in front of you and dipping those same beautiful passes, it's unreal. It's hard to recognize him in this shirt, but it was beautiful. Pirlo brought a lot to NYCFC, and definitely not just on the pitch. I mean, off the pitch, he was an idea. When we were first announcing his signing, it was no Pirlo, no party. Will he come? Won't he come? Definitely the leadership and the silent leadership that he's always been known for, we kind of expected, and he brought it. And and especially in that first season with us, the steadying presence that only an aged Italian could bring. And I think that's all we could ask for in terms of those kind of leadership abilities.
For Italy, he wore the Azzurri blue with distinction. Few Italian players have the legitimate right to be considered crucial to the national team, but Pirlo was. His pivotal role in the World Cup win in 2006 and in the Azzurri tremendous performance in Euro 2012 reminded the world of his significance.
He scored the very first goal for Italy in the World Cup 2006 against Ghana in the opening game. So
He has been the most important player during the season when we won the World Cup and everything.
I remember him as one of the main characters of that masterpiece that was the Italy win in Berlin. And yeah, he has a strong impact, and he had the intelligence once again to be the mental coach of the team. I think Pirlo was really the heart and soul of that team.
Andrea Pirlo was the epitome of cool, on and off the pitch. He was the guy who spent the morning of the World Cup final in 2006 playing PlayStation. He was the last of his kind in more ways than one, forever showing there is still room in the beautiful game for artists. His impact and legacy will long live on in football. After all, no Pirlo, no party.